Hello students. So students, in the previous class in the chapter that is body movement, we were talking about the movement that occur in cockroaches. You see students, we had discussed here, we were talking about the movement in animals and we started with that of the cockroach. So if we talk about the cockroach student, we have seen here one thing, and that is the cockroach. They not only walk with their legs, but they also fly. So they walk as well as they fly. So what are the things which is the body parts which is responsible for the movement of the this animal, this cockroach on the ground, as well as help in the in flying also. So if you look at the structure of the cockroach, you will find that it is covered with a hard and a tough coating. That hard and a tough covering present in the body is of a outer skeleton, and that is also known as exoskeleton. The name itself explains exo means outer. Now, cockroach, the exoskeleton is present there. It helps in protecting the delicate internal organ, like we see in our case also. The skeleton is there to protect us, to protect our internal organs. The same thing with that of the cockroach also. Now, if we talk that it used to walk with the help of their legs. So 6 legs are there, and when you look at each of the leg, you will find it is a stiff and a hollow tube is there, which is attached to the body. And this will help in the movement of the cockroach. Basically, it is the muscles which is attached with that of the bone is responsible for the movement. And the muscles, the two type of muscles again here, and that is the muscles basically align inside to that of the exoskeleton. And the two type of muscle, that is flexor muscle is also there, extensor muscle is also there. Flexor muscle, it help in flexing. It is help in bending. While that of the extension muscle is there, it help in straightening, it help in extension of the muscle. So one help in bending, other help in straightening. And due to which bending and straightening occur. So one contract, one bend, other relaxes, and due to this the movement occur. Now if we talk that how it used to fly. So it used to fly with the help of a pair of wings present in the body, which is attached to the breast with the help of a flight muscle that will help it to fly also. Basically, how it used to fly, students? So it used to flap, it used to move its wing up and down. So when it used to move the wing up and then down, so while moving the wing in the downward direction, it used to push the air in the downward direction as well as in the backward direction. So when it pushes the air in the downward direction and in the backward, the air in turn pushes it in the upward direction and in the forward direction. So it used to push the air downward, due to which it lifted up, and it pushed air in the backward, due to which air lifted it in the forward. So by this method, the cockroach can fly easily or flap with the help of its wing. So this was about the cockroach, student. Let us discuss the next one, and that we were talking about the birds. So we have seen here one point. Let me write it again. That one point is birds can walk with the help of their hind limbs. With the help of their hind limbs, comma, there are some birds which used to swim in the water, and they are able to do so birds are able to swim by pushing the water against with the help of their hind limbs. Okay. Okay. So birds are able to swim by pushing water against water and with the help of their hind limbs. With the help of their hind limbs. Okay. So we can say that birds are able to walk with the help of the hind limbs, and even they are able to swim because of their hind limbs, which help in the movement, which help in the swimming. They used to push the water, push against water so that they can move forward, and especially the birds which is having hind limbs with webbed feet. So basically the birds which is having the webbed feet, they used to swim, they used to present in the water. If you look at the duck or any other birds, so basically they are having webbed feet, and because of the presence of the webbed feet, they are able to swim, and with the help of their hind limbs, they are able to swim in the water. Okay, so birds, they can fly, and there are birds, they used to walk, and because they walk with the help of their legs, with the help of their hind limbs. And there are birds which used to present in the water, they used to swim in the water with the help of their hind limbs, which is having a webbed feet. Now let us discuss. We are saying that birds can walk, okay, but birds can fly. So as we have seen in the previous case, that in the case of a cockroach, that they are able to fly because they show the upstroke and downstroke. Now let us see that what are the different adaptations occur in that of the bird. Because of that, they used to fly. Let me remind you, student, what we had discussed right now. We are discussing here the movement occur in the animals. So we already had discussed about the cockroach, and we are discussing here the movement in the birds. Now birds are of different type. There are some birds which used to move by legs. There are birds, most of the time when we talk about the bird, we used to say they used to fly. But there are birds which used to swim also in the water. Now let us start with the birds who used to fly, and let us see that what are the different adaptations occur in their body due to which they are able to fly. So we can write it, the adaptation in the body of bird. What are the different adaptations which occur in the body of the birds are, student? The first one, the forelimbs are modified into the wings. We know that we are having forelimbs. The animals, they are having the limbs which is present in the front of the body, that is the forelimb. So their forelimbs is modified in the form of wings which help them to fly easily. Okay. So we can write it. The first thing, the forelimbs are modified in the form of modified wings to form wings for flying. Okay, so forelimbs are there. The forelimbs in the case of a bird, it get modified into wings which help in the flying of the birds. The second one, the flight feather provide a large flat surface. We can write it that their flight feathers, it means the feathers which help in the in flying. Okay, so their flight feathers provides a large flat surface which is light yet strong. So their feathers, they provide a large surface, students. If it is a large surface, ultimately it will help them to balance in the air. Okay, so we can say that the feathers are there and they provide a flat surface, and these flat surface, it is light only, and due to the light surface, we can say they are able to fly easily in the air. But even then, they are light but strong also. They are not weak. So the first thing that we have seen here, that the forelimb modified to form wings for the flying, and the second thing, that the flight feathers, it provide a large flat surface which is basically light but strong. Now the third one. Now you see, students, we are knowing that every individual, every living organism, animals especially, if we talk about animals and human being, is made up of a skeleton. It means we are having bones, and bones are what? They makes our body heavy, and due to which, if a heavy body is there, we are not able to fly easily. What happened in the case of birds? Birds are also having bones. So how they are able to fly? So the bones which is present in the birds, they are hollow. Okay, and which makes their body lightweight. So we can write it. The bones or their bones are hollow and light. We are knowing in our case, in human being, even in the other animals also, you see that the bones, it provide mass, it provide a mass to the body, and due to which our body is not light but it is heavy. But here, since they are having hollow bones, they are having space between their between their bones, and that is why this makes their bones light. And if the bones are light, it will be very easy for the bird to carry their body in the air. So we can say that the third and a very important point here, that the bones of the birds are hollow. We have seen here that they are having a large flat feathers are there, which is light, as well as the bones which is they are made up of is also hollow and light. Then the next one is their bodies. Okay, students, if we talk about the bodies, so you have seen the boat. So boat is in the shape of a streamlined body. Fishes, they are having streamlined shape. Likewise, if you see the plane, so they are also of a streamline. And if you look at the shape of the birds also, they are also of a streamlined shape. So streamlined shape help the birds to move easily. Even the streamlined body of the fishes help them to move in the water easily. The same with that of the bird. So their body is in the streamlined shape which make them to fly easily in the air. So we can write it, that is, their bodies are streamlined. Streamlined shape and extremely light. Okay, so streamlined shape body is there and they are extremely light, so which help in the flying of the birds easily in the air. Next one is, students, that their flight muscles, although we are saying continuously that they are having the flat feathers which is very light, and they are having bones which are hollow which is very light, even the streamlined shape is there which is very lighter. So yes, the body is very light, but if you look at the flight muscles which help in the flying of the bird, they are light but they are very strong. Okay, so we can say that they have a powerful flight muscles. Please write all these points, is very important one, because the question may be asked that what are the different adaptations which occur in the body of the birds due to which they can fly. Okay, so we can write it, they have a powerful flight muscle. Okay, so their flight muscle is very powerful, due to which they are able to fly easily. And you know that, student, when we were talking in case of a cockroach, we have seen that the wings are basically attached to the chest of the body with the help of the flight muscle. So here also you see that the breastbone is very much extended so that it will attach to that of the flight muscle. Okay, so we can write it here. That is, their breastbone is extended for the attachment of the flight muscle. Okay, so we can write it, for the attachment of the flight muscles. So let us see here, student, what are the things which we have seen in the adaptation. So the first thing that we have seen in case of a bird, that their body, first of all, it adapted the four limbs which is present in the body of the bird. It modified itself in the form of a wings, which help it for flying. Okay, so the four limbs are modified into the wing. The second thing that we have seen here, student, that there are the flight feathers which provide a large flat surface and thus making the body very light. The third thing we have seen, so the flight feathers, basically they are light but they are strong also. If we talk about the bones, so bones are basically they are hollow and they are light, and this makes the body of the bird light. The fourth thing that we have seen in case of adaptation, that the body is a streamlined shape, and because of the streamlined shape, it makes the body more lighter, and it help actually in flying the bird in the air. Fourth one is that they are having flight muscles, and these flight muscles are very powerful. And finally, we have seen that the breastbone is there. The breastbone is that portion from where the wings are attached. Wings are attached with the help of the flight muscles. So basically, it is extended so that the flight muscle can attach to it easily. So this was all about the adaptation that is shown by the birds. That is why we can say that bird is able to fly. Now let us move forward and see that how the muscles are responsible for flying. So you see here, students, if we talk about the muscles for flying acts on the wings, we can write it. The muscles for flying acts on the wings. How? The muscles for flying basically act on the wings. It means one of the muscle is there which make you can say it help in when it act or when it contract, due to which the wings go in the upward direction, and when the other muscle contract, at that time the wings go in the downward direction. So wings go up and down because of the muscles which is attached with that of the wings itself. When one contract, the wings down, when the other contract, the wings up, and due to which it used to move in the upward and downward. Now when the wings goes or it moves in the downward direction, we use the term for it, that is downstroke. And when the wing move in the upward direction, we use the term for it, that is upstroke. Okay, so we can write it. One pair of a muscle pulls the wing in the wings down, and other pair of muscle pull the wings up. So muscle is there which used to pull the wings down, or one pair of a muscle is also there which used to pull the wings up. Now when the muscles move down, that is called downstroke. So we can write it that when a bird moves its wing down, we can write it, when a bird moves its wing down, we called it downstroke. Okay, we called it downstroke. Now the another one, that when a bird moves its wing up, we called it upstroke. Okay, so a pair of muscles, they work together. One pair of muscles, they used to make the wings to move in the downward direction. One help in making the wings to up. And basically when the bird used to makes the wings in the down, we called it as the downstroke, and another one is called as the upstroke here. Now here you see that we are saying that flying is related to the muscle, because wings, when they up and down, it is the muscles which is attached with the wing help in the movement of the wing in the upward and in the downward direction. So we can say that it is because of the rapid contraction and expansion of the flight muscle which is attached with the wing is responsible for the movement, or is responsible for flapping of the wings. We can write it. See here students, we are saying that flight muscles, the name flight is related to that of the flying only. So we can say that flight muscles help in flying. And how it help? Muscle is there. So how muscle help the movement? So when one of the pair of muscle contract, another one expand. So when one contract, it makes the wing in the downward direction. When the one pair is expanded, is contracted, then it moves in the upward direction. So when, if suppose this is a pair of a muscle, so if this muscle contract, then it goes in the downward direction. At that time, the pair of a muscle which is present in the opposite direction, it relaxes. When this one contracts, it goes in the upward direction. So this upward and downward occur because of the muscle which is attached with it. Okay, so we can say that the rapid contraction and expansion of the muscle, which muscle? That is the flight muscle which is present. Flight muscle is responsible for flying of the wings. We can write it. The birds moves move their wing up and down quickly by rapid contraction and expansion of the flight muscle. Of the flight muscles. Okay. So basically the wings, they are responsible for flying, and the muscle contraction and expansion help in the movement. Now you see here students, the continuous flapping of the wings, they help in the movement, we are seeing, right? Now you see that when the wings flap, so it used to go move up and down, and when it used to move in the downward direction, they pushes the air in the downward direction. Now when they pushes the air in the downward direction, with the equal force, air also lifted it in the upward direction. So they used to take their wing up and down. While moving to the downward direction, they are pushing the air in the downward direction. And when they are applying a force with the help of a wing for the air to move in the downward direction, the air will also apply a equal amount of a force to move it in the upward direction, and due to which it moves in the upward direction. Now, not only this student, but while doing this, while moving the wings in the downward direction, it also makes the air to move, to push not only in the downward but in the backward direction. So downward as well as backward. So the air will also apply the same amount of force, equal amount of a force in lifting it up, in the upward direction as well as in the forward direction. So when it apply force in the downward direction, air lifted it in the upward direction, and at the same time it applied the force in the backward direction. So the air equally it apply a force to move it into the forward direction. By this, birds, they are able to fly in the air.